Let's make this yummy boba tea at home. We're going to start off with 1/3 of a cup of water, then 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, and then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of tapioca flour. Perfect. And then we're going to just clean this up real quick. I hate seeing a mess. And then we're going to place it on the stove on medium heat until it gets thick. Once it starts getting thick, like the consistency here, we're going to turn off the heat and add 1 cup of the tapioca flour. Now keep mixing until it comes together into this ball. Now that it's combined, we're going to knead the dough. I suggest sprinkling some tapioca flour in order for it to stop sticking. Next, we're going to cut the dough into 4 pieces. We're going to roll this dough into 4 thin rods, and we're going to cut into small little squares to roll into boba-sized shaped balls. Again, sprinkle some tapioca flour on the dough as needed to roll into these small balls as shown. In a pot, we're going to boil some water, and then we're going to boil our boba balls for 25 minutes. Now, I didn't know this recipe was going to take so long, so I needed a quick coffee break. Our brown sugar syrup. In a pot, combine 1 1/4 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of water and simmer until it becomes a thick syrup. Now strain your boba and add it to the brown sugar syrup. Simmer for 5 minutes together and then turn off the heat and let it rest for 25 minutes. Next, let's make our matcha concentrate. We're going to simmer 1/2 cup of water. I suggest getting a high quality matcha powder that's unsweetened. I got this one from H Mart. I like to use 1 tablespoon of matcha powder per serving. Just double or triple the recipe depending how many servings you're going to be making. I'm going to be using a tiny whisk to mix my matcha powder, and I'm super excited, as you can see, because I just got it. And just make sure to mix well. You don't want any lumps in your matcha latte. So just start off by adding a little bit of water, making sure it's smooth, and then keep adding your water gradually. I wouldn't suggest using more than 1/2 cup of water, or the latte will taste too watery. You want to save the rest of the space for milk. That's it. I'm obsessed with this tiny whisk, and I'm always going to use it whenever I'm making my matcha. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now I'm adding the boba to my glass to start building my iced matcha latte with boba. Next, let's add a layer of ice to cool the matcha concentrate down. And let's pour the matcha right over the ice. Look at that. That looks beautiful. And now I'm going to use Oatmilk full fat in order to replicate that creaminess you get from regular milk. But since I'm lactose intolerant, I like to use milk alternatives. But you're more than welcome to use any milk you like. Best part, stir and enjoy, my friends. If you love boba tea, then I suggest you making this at least once in your lifetime. Yes, it's a bit time consuming. My only recommendation that I would tweak from this recipe was to make the boba balls a bit smaller, but it was delicious. And it came out so good.